We're here in Newcastle. I'm here with Harry Miller and Linzi Smith. Harry, what are you doing here?
Okay, so we've got this sign. It's a replica of the tweet that Linzi put out. Daily reminder, trans women are men. Now, if you remember, the Chief Constable decided to set 14 officers, including the CID, onto Linzi for saying that. We called them out on it, and they said, oops, it's a bunch of individual errors. We're not suffering from systemic discrimination against gender-critical women like Linzi. So we thought, okay, let's just give them the opportunity. So if the Chief Constable or a senior officer will come out and hold this sign, she doesn't have to agree with the sentiment. We're not the thought police, we're not the belief police. We just want her to come out and say, we guaranteed the right for people like Linzi to say, daily reminder, trans women are men, and leave us alone. And then we'll go away and get some breakfast.
Well, that sounds like, okay, so we're going to go in and we'll see what happens with that. Linzi, tell us a little bit about your experience. You've been in the news a lot, but tell us a bit about what went on and, you know, what's gone on for you.
Well, I just would tweet random things about gender. You know, I've seen the stuff they were doing with children and things like that, and I just couldn't keep my mouth shut anymore. And it seems certain things I posted were the final straw, including that one right there. And I found myself investigated by 14 police officers, ranging from PC level all the way up to CID. So it's pretty unacceptable, really, isn't it, Harry?
Absolutely unacceptable. This kind of thing can't go on. What concerns me is we've already won the battle at the courts. We've been to the High Court and the Court of Appeal. The battle is won. The trouble is the police don't seem to realise it, and that's why we're stepping up and taking slightly more direct, unconventional action. But the solution is very, very simple. Obey the bloody law. Come out and tell us you're going to obey the law, and we'll go home. How's that for a deal?
So we're going to go and see what happens. Direct action from Harry Miller. It's a step up. As you say, though, Harry, things have been changed legally. People are very unhappy about what's going on. I think you've got the wind behind yourselves with the public as well. I think when the public hears about these things, they're on the side of you, Linzi, and all of us, Harry. Do you think so? Do you think that's right?
Yeah, the public are absolutely outraged by all this. I don't know what the police think they're thinking of. What they seem to be doing is acting on behalf of a very small political minority, but very influential minority, who want to drive through all kinds of unorthodox, weird, critical race theory, critical sex theory, critical gender theory nonsense, and all of it has a chilling effect on free speech. And we're not going to stand for it. You know, believe what you want to believe. Just don't get the police on your side to suppress those of us who don't believe it.
So we're going to see what happens over there at the police station. I know you're an avid football fan. How's things looking in that regard with Newcastle United Football Club?
We still haven't really heard anything. They're still digging the heels in. Their defence the whole time with me, against me, has been that I did commit a crime. The police said I committed a crime, and for that reason I'm banned because what I said was offensive. So I still haven't heard anything since the police have admitted I hadn't committed a crime. So it's just a waiting game with them at the minute, I think.
And what would your message be, Linzi, to people? Like, a lot of people get scared by this stuff. It's obviously difficult when there are pile-ins and people call you names and everything, but there's this big principle at stake, isn't there? What would you say to people generally about having their voices heard, standing up and making a difference?
I think there's been that many cases won now. There's that many protections in law when it comes to your work and things like that. The pile-ons online, that's all they are, pile-ons. Just turn the internet off and it goes away. You know, that's where their power is, and if you don't allow that to get to you, then they're absolutely powerless, and it drives them cuckoo bananas, to be honest with you. So just stand by your convictions. Don't let people shout you down. Don't let people shame you. You know, we're on the right side of history here.
And so, all right, well, we're looking forward to going over there. There'll be a live stream very shortly. That it might come out before this bit, so we don't give people the heads up. Any final messages you want to put out? Are we going to see more of this around the country? What's this looking like, Harry?
Yeah, we're going to step this up. We're going to do far more of this. I was chatting to Alison Pearson, the Telegraph journalist, who was investigated for absolute nonsense last year, and we both agreed that eventually someone is going to commit suicide. Because when the police come knocking on your door, it's one of the most terrifying, soul-destroying things possible. And somebody's going to kill themselves. Not everybody has got the wherewithal to stand up and fight. Some people just go, oh my God, I've done something terrible. And it causes family problems, it causes marital problems, it causes problems with your kids, and eventually somebody's going to throw themselves off a bridge, and I don't want that to happen, and that's why we're doing this.